Hey everybody, Sprocket here again. So, been doing some investigating about the fuel pump situation as to why it was way too much. I'm not sure if it has anything to do with it, but the push rod, right, y'all, this is the old one, out of a one from the junkyard. I don't remember if this was in this. I don't think this one had a fuel pump in it, so I pulled it out of another car. However, this push rod was an 1/8 inch shorter than the new one. So I'm not sure if maybe that was the cause as to why it was pumping too much fuel. I don't know. But I went ahead and just had this thing apart, and I went ahead and trimmed that down, that 1/8 inch. So hopefully that will do something else. So I pulled all the spark plugs out of it just to see, to read on them, see how they were doing. The only one that was wet is this one right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another compression check on this one and see if this was that low cylinder from my previous compression check when I tested all of them. So I'm going to double check that. I need to pull the tops off these carbs so I can check the float height, because as far as the fuel mixture, everything was, I'm pretty sure, pretty good, because all of the, well, you're not going to be able to see it because this thing doesn't focus, but the burn pattern on all of the plugs looked pretty good. It wasn't rich, it wasn't lean, it looked pretty good. It's just that one was a little bit wet. So like I said, I'm going to do a compression check on that. I need to pop the tops off these carbs so I can check and make sure whether or not my float setting is too high. It might be, because I didn't mess with the floats at all on these. All I did was put it back together after I cleaned them up. So yeah, hindsight, probably should have done that. It's one of those checks you do when you rebuild a carburetor, is check the float height. It comes with the instructions. Actually, this one didn't come with instructions, so I'm going to have to check the manual. But either way, I'll bring you back when I find some more out. Alright, so figured out why this fitting was leaking, because it was loose. I thought I had tightened it up, but I don't know, maybe running the engine, heating things up, all the rattling around, I don't know. But I got a half turn out of it before it got tight again. It wasn't exactly tight. So hopefully that explains that leak. And hopefully 2 problems solved right there. Alright, so I think I figured out why this fitting was leaking in here too. Down inside here, which you're obviously not going to be able to see, there's a little nick in the sealing surface where it goes into here, and the flare, well, I guess mates against the opposite flare inside there. There's a little nick in that surface, so I just used some 320 sandpaper, wet dry, whatever, and just kind of smooth it out real good so I could get rid of most of that little nick. So hopefully that takes care of that problem. Slowly chipping away. Alright, I don't know if you can tell. Well, yeah, you should be able to. It's a little smoky in here. So got some heat into it. Fixed the floats. They were just a little bit off, so they're set correctly now. I still got a problem with this fuel pump leaking. I don't understand that. It's really bothering me. The only thing maybe I can come up with is it's my fittings. Maybe my fittings are leaking, and it makes it look like the whole thing is leaking. Sure. Definitely got a lot of oil leaks, which I knew that was going to be the case. This bank of the engine, is it down at least 1 cylinder? I don't know. It clatters, so I don't know if it's bad lifters or if there's something else going on, but either way, it fires right up. But you can see this side is the side that's firing correctly, because this is the one that got hot. This side, it warmed, but it's not like this side. This side definitely heated up a lot more, so it was definitely firing. This side was not firing near as well. I tried covering this up and then letting off, basically to try and see if it was something that was carburetor related, which I don't think it is. But now that I'm looking at it, my gasket's wet. Doesn't look like we're tripping down in. Well, here, you can see this choke flap is still not all the way open. And like I said, these run on heat. Oops, hang on. Let me put this back. Well, yeah, no. See, this one's fully open. So you know this side warmed up the way it's supposed to. So, yeah. This side's firing correctly, this side's not. So I don't know exactly what's going on with that, but I'm not going to find that out until I tear it down. Oh, wow. We started leaking a lot of oil there. But these gaskets are old and shot, so yeah. Expected. I knew it was going to leak. I said that before. But anyway, so like I said, I ran it. It fired right up and then shut off because it ran out of fuel. But then I cranked it a little bit, so I got fuel prime back in it, pumped the gas a couple times, fired right up, just sat here and idled. It surged like it did in that last video, but every once in a while you can hear the one cylinder try to kick in. I think it's that end one, because that is the one that was low on compression. And I think that's the one that's my problem. But I don't know what exactly is causing the loss of compression. Like I said, I'm not going to find that out until I actually tear it down. So as far as the Corvair engine, that's going to be it. Although at some point I may fire it up again, but until I tear it down, and then I might do some videos on the tear down. I probably will. But until then, it's back to the Skylark, because I want to get that thing going. Because that one is a lot closer than this one is to be able to drive. So, without further ado, thanks for watching. If you liked what you see, hit the thumbs up, subscribe. Till next time, have a good one.